Are we, the boxing fans here in America, home to the greatest fighters in the world, only found to show up for support of our fighters in the comment section? And is it the British boxing fans who pack out stadiums like Mexicans in an Astro van in the 90s? Is this symbolic of them having more love for the sport and for their fighters? Let's talk about it.
Attitude of gratitude.
Attitude of gratitude. Okay, you see, I was on Instagram, and I'm not sure if I was mindlessly mining or I was a zombie with my thumb clawing at the quicksand, which is Instagram, when I came across the post of a post by Thrill Boxing. And it was showing how Conor Benn and Shakur Stevenson were going back and forth at each other on X. And Conor had X'd Shakur. I think that's what it is, right? Because you don't tweet. He X'd him saying, "You couldn't sell out my front living room." And it was in that moment that the straight jacket embrace that Instagram tends to have on you when you're scrolling on that motherfucker. I got to thinking, how many of us fans are filling out the figurative living room for Shakur when he headlines?
So as we can see here on the 24th, no, July 6, 2024, Shakur fought Artem Haratunyan Yan 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 Yan. That was 8,412 people attended. I was at the Prudential Center in Newark, his hometown. November 16th, 2023. Edwin De Los Santos, T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. That was 6,703 people. In April 8th, 2023, he fought Shichichichiro Yoshino at the Prudential Center, hometown again, Newark. That was 10,408. September 23rd, 2022, Robson Consensatao at the Prudential Center, another 10,000 people. April 30th, 2022, Oscar Valdez, Las Vegas, another 10,000 people. We're not going to talk about, 2019, right around the pandemic was about to pop up, 2,000 people. So we're not going to go there.
Now, we could go with the narrative that has been spread by us casuals about Shakur being a boring fighter, and that's why his attendance numbers look the way that they do. But what if we was to take a look at his nemesis, Tank Davis, who is a face of boxing, was considered the face of boxing, and A-side, selling out arenas, high pay-per-view numbers. Let's see what his attendance numbers look like.
Ryan Garcia, April 2023, 20,000. Let's say 21. Round it on up. Hector Luis Garcia, 19.7. Let's round it on up. 20,000. Lamont Roach, 19.2. Rolando Romero, 18.9. So 19,000. Ricardo Nunez, 12,000. So now, I'm no mathematician. And was MIA a lot when it came to school, so I was very bad at math. But if you add all them numbers up, Tank Davis and all the Shakurs, minus the 2,000, from the COVID time, that's 136,000 people showing up to arguably one of the, highest selling fighters in the game right now, Tank Davis, and Shakur Stevenson, who's considered by, the hardcores one of the best boxers in the game. 136,000. Now, let's look at 2 fights. Just 2. The Chris Eubanks and Conor Benn. Both of their fights. Let's see the attendance numbers on them real quick. Okay, let me get on my my Drake. The man them showed up and showed out. What was that? Fucking 67,000? And then another 60? Do the math. Okay, them numbers is crazy. 120 something thousand for 2 fights. And man, the numbers get even crazier, man. Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua set a record for like 96,000. Tyson Fury with Dylan White, 90 something thousand. Crazy numbers, you know what I'm saying, for their fights out there in the Mandem. But I have a theory why their numbers are the way they are. And I feel like it goes back to the beginning with us. Once upon a time, mad long ago, where people wore what looked like pajamas and a damn robe and lived life slow. The story we were told when we were kids, back in school, the crown wanted their monies and, the colony said, fuck that shit. Hence the American Revolution. I feel like that was the beginning, not just of a country, but of that me capitalism mentality of us Americans. That me is prevalent in everything. America's that woman that feels the world revolves around like her. You know what I'm saying? Like here in the States, it's a bunch of divided states made to be united, yet the operative word is divided states because they're divided politically, financially, and it's like that rolls over into the people. Like we have here in the States, we don't have U.S. fighters. We have a Omaha fighter. We got a Newark fighter. We got a San Antonio fighter. All of these fighters are repping that little corner in the states where they from. Yet in these other countries like Mexico, you don't have a Mexican repping. Yeah, they got Guadalajara, Mexico City, Cancun, but they repping the country. They're taking the country with them wherever they go. When they come and fight here in the States, they ain't talking about I'm from here in Mexico. They might say that, but Mexico is what they repping. In Great Britain, they ain't talking about I'm from Manchester. No, they from Great Britain. So I feel like when the people come to show out for these fighters in these countries, everybody's showing up because it's like, yo, they from here. Versus over here, it's like, oh, that nigga, he from Omaha. He need to go fight over. He need to go to. They were trying to tell Bud, he needed to leave Omaha and go to. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so there's division here in the States, and that's division. You see it in the fan base. Motherfuckers ain't showing up for the pay-per-view. We ain't buying them. It's like we complaining about the numbers. Like, what the fuck? $74.99 for Lamont Roach and motherfucking Aesop Cruz. Nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, we over here, Turkey, you said the fights were supposed to be free. We complaining about that shit. We want them shit, because that's how it is here in the States. It's like, everybody looking for a lick. Everybody looking for the come up. Everybody wants something for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yet, these motherfuckers out there in Great Britain, they show up at the damn stadium and then they singing songs and shit. They cheering and shit. Like, so I feel like it all boils down to these other countries do love their fighters more. They do have more love for the sport, because if you're showing up for the fighters, if you're supporting them monetarily, that means you love the sport more too. You know what I'm saying? If you're taking care of the people who are active in the sport. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Let's see what y'all think about in the comments. Love and war in the comments. All right, peace.